here. Today is something new because I'm about to give you a story from my life. But the difference is normally you hear my interpretations or what my opinions are based off of just what I read. Today, you're absolutely going to see the rogue rage version of me because I am going to be telling the lovely, wonderful chronicles of Pam, my mother in law. So buckle up. I will tell you that I am going to start with the most recent issue and work myself backwards. Reason being because the recent is 12 pages back and forth. Now, granted, there's some images in there, to show proof of people's duplicity. I will be reading from the email that I sent to my mother in law at the end of August. This time, I didn't step in as rogue. I stepped in as pissed off rogue rage because of the way my mother in law not only treated my husband, but the manipulation bullshit she tried to do with my 12-year-old. So, I think we'll start this with introducing my mother-in-law with her own words, seeing as it was these two voicemails that actually brought me into this to begin with. So, let's start with voicemail 1 from, and by the way, we're calling her Pam. Why? Because she's a passive-aggressive mother-in-law, or mother, depending on how it works. Either way, she's definitely a Pam.
I'm not mad. I have been sick all fucking week. I've missed work the entire fucking week. You can think I'm lying, but you can also check with my job. I would never lie about something like that. And I would never lie to Abby.
But you did.
So the last thing you have to threaten me with is my granddaughter. But I'll tell you, I have rights.
No, you don't.
You take her away from me, and I'll see your fucking ass in court.
Okay. That would be voicemail number 1. Now, the reason that came to be is because her and her son were having an argument because she put her nose somewhere where it didn't belong. Okay. She had plans with my daughter the very next day. She sent my daughter a text message stating that her dad would not allow her to go with her Mimi that day, which was an absolute lie until she sent that text message because she made it self-prophesizing. As soon as my daughter showed me that text and asked what was going on, guess what? I went ahead and let her have her little wish. Since she wanted to make that happen with her lies, I just went ahead and let it follow through. But here's another message that she left back to back. So here we go.
And go ahead. Tell the people I love. There's a lot of shit they don't know about you and Kim either.
Really? Like what? Tell
So
me.
you want to get ugly? I can get ugly too.
That I know.
That's not me,
Bullshit.
and I'm not about tit for tat.
Yes, you are.
But you know what? You just started a war.
What was that?
So don't go threaten me.
Nobody threatened me.
You're threatening the wrong person.
So, not only did she send a text message to lie to my daughter to try and drive a wedge between her and her father, but she then brought me into something that at this point I had not been involved in. Reason being, I've got 15 years of history with this lady, and I try and stay out of it because one, that's between her and her son. But the day that you tear down my husband and you lie to my child and try and drive a wedge in between them with your passive-aggressive lying bullshit, that's the day rogue rage comes out. And that's the day that she puts everything on blast. So, hey, Pam, hi. I know you're going to see this. You didn't want to respond to this. Instead, you wanted to go ahead and tell other people bullshit. But guess what? I'm not afraid of the truth. See, I put my shit out there for a reason. That way, nobody can hold it over my head. You, on the other hand, decided to play fuck around, and guess what? You're finding out. So, you want to make threats to me, and you want to claim grandparent rights? I can't wait till we figure out how you're not of sound mind to where that wouldn't be possible. But let's get into it. So, this is the email that I sent her. Here's a little background. My husband and I own multiple businesses. One of those businesses happens to be in the trucking industry, okay? My mother-in-law, who was single for at least the last 16 years, I know for a fact the last 15 because, well, I've been with my husband that long, she started dating this year. Now, we went from Church Mouse Mary to, hey, what can I jump on next? In just a few short months. In that same time, she has completely imploded her life. But what we won't do is be trying to implode my family's life. So let's get into it. I will warn everybody up front, I absolutely came at this with mama bear energy for one reason. You fucked with my people, my man, and my child. We're not going to be playing those games anymore because guess what? Your flying monkeys and the rest of the circus are out. Now, I will be using fake names, so if anybody's wondering, no, Pam is not a real name. Other people that I will be referring to in this would be her new boyfriend. His name will be Leech. We all know I'm Rogue. My daughter will be Pinto Cinco, and we will call my husband Will. Okay? I'm not sure if his little brother's mentioned in this particular story or not, but if he is, we'll call him Peter Pan. All right, let's go. Enough is enough. Not only have you inserted yourself in a subject matter that is none of your fucking business, but then you dare to drag me into this dumpster fire situation known currently as your life and start making threats towards me? Ma'am, who the fuck do you think you are? Then you go ahead and add a cherry to your shit show cupcake by trying to drag my 12-year-old daughter into this and to try and drive a wedge between her and your son, her father. How fucking dare you? Do not think for one fucking moment that you have the right, any right, to use my daughter in that way. It will not happen again. I damn well am going to make sure that some changes are made to ensure that due to your inexcusable behavior, this will not be happening again when it comes to my daughter. But first, let's start with yesterday and we'll just roll our way backwards, okay? Let me make sure I understand this correctly. Will and Leech have been discussing business opportunities and the possibility of Leech leasing onto our authority. On top of those talks, it was your son who found your worthless piece of shit boyfriend a job in the first place. Your Leech quit that job on day one. You're then sending him on a flight to Chicago for a job that supposedly begged him to come back. That last one trip, he abandons the truck on the East Coast and concocts a completely fabricated story that the company was going to personally make him financially responsible for the actions of another driver who quit before he was rehired. Please. Nobody's buying that bullshit. Well, except you, Pam. Then it costs more money for you on a flight to get him back to Texas. Oh, look. And then he tells you that Jay begged him to come back to work for him. It was your Leech that did the begging to yet another person, stating that he hadn't been right since his parents died. By the way, little insert here. So we met this dude in May, okay? Here's what we heard. He hadn't been working since December because his dad died. Him and his dad supposedly had a business together, and he was living off of the inheritance while going through his grieving, which absolutely had my heart when I thought it was real. But so much happened, I actually pulled a background check on him. That's how many lies happen in a very short period of time. So, back to the story. Oh, and speaking of dead parents, let's go ahead and prove the information provided by your Leech was 100% a lie. Like everything else, he also stated that he hasn't worked since December due to his grief over losing his father, but it's okay because he's living off of his inheritance with his dad's death. But shocker! Look what the Google you're so proud of provided. That's right. Proof of the Leech's lies. And Daddy's time of death confirmation. Let's see, decedent. We'll call him Leech Sr. I'm not going to out the names of his dead parental units because, one, they don't deserve that. It's not their fault that he's a piece of shit. But what I will show is, what's that right there? That right there. 8/8/2021. Yeah, that's when his dad died. According to the obits, the court, yeah, it's all there. 8/8/2021. Now, folks, what he told mother-in-law is that he died in December. Now, one of the things we've learned is his lies change and change and change. So, because I'd already experienced that, I get a little snarky with the next part because I already knew what the next claim was going to be. So let's get into it. I know. You must want to say that it was his mom, not his dad, and we must have misheard him. Nope. Not what he said to me directly, his employer, or you. But when I bring it up, he somehow convinces you he was talking about his mom, not his dad. Well, the